Vinnie's dozen Christmas roses. The year was 1937. Vinnie was getting cold sitting out in his backyard in the snow. Vinnie didn't wear any boots because he didn't have any boots. The thin sneakers he wore had a few holes in them, and they did a very poor job of keeping him warm. Vinnie had been in his backyard for about an hour already, and try as he might, he could not come up with an idea for his mother's Christmas gift. He shook his head as he thought, "This is useless. Even if I do come up with an idea, I don't have any money to spend." Ever since his father had passed away 1 year ago, the family of four had struggled. It wasn't because his mother didn't care or try, there just never seemed to be enough money. She worked as a cigar roller near St. Joseph Church in Detroit, Michigan. But the small wage that she was earning could only be stretched so far. What the family lacked in money and material things, they more than made up for it in love and family unity. Vinnie had one sister, older sister, Vicky, and one younger brother, Norman. Somehow it wasn't fair. Here it was Christmas Eve already, and we had nothing. Wiping a tear from his eye, Vinnie kicked the snow and started to walk down the street where the shops and stores were. It wasn't easy being 6 without a father, especially when he needed a man to talk to. Vinnie walked from shop to shop and never got anywhere. Everything seemed so beautiful and so out of reach. It was starting to get dark, and Vinnie reluctantly turned to walk home when suddenly his eyes caught the glimmer of the setting sun's rays reflecting off something along the curb. He reached down and discovered a shiny dime. Never before has anyone felt so wealthy as Vinnie felt at that moment. As he held his newfound treasure, a warmth spread throughout his entire body, and he walked into the first store he saw. His excitement turned cold when the salesman told him that he couldn't buy anything with only a dime. He saw a flower shop and went inside to wait in line. When the shop owner asked if he could help him, Vinnie presented the dime and asked if he could buy one flower for his mother's Christmas gift. The shop owner looked at Vinnie and his 10-cent offering. Then he put his hand on Vinnie's shoulder and said to him, "You just wait here and I'll see what I can do for you." As Vinnie waited, he looked at the beautiful flowers, and even though he was a boy, he could see why mothers and girls like flowers. The sound of the door closing as the last customer left jolted Vinnie back to reality. All alone in the shop, Vinnie began to feel alone and afraid. Suddenly the shop owner came out and moved to the counter. There before Vinnie's eyes lay 12 long stem roses with leaves of green and tiny white flowers all tied together with a big silver bow. Vinnie's heart sank as the owner picked them up and placed them gently into a long white box. "That'll be 10 cents, young man," the shop owner said, and reached his hand for the dime. Slowly, Vinnie moved his hand to give the man his dime. Could this be true? No one else would give him a thing for a dime. Sensing the boy's reluctance, the shop owner added, "I just happen to have some roses on sale for 10 cents a dozen. Would you like to buy them?" This time Vinnie didn't hesitate, and when the man placed the long box into his hands, he knew it was true. Walking out of the door that owner was holding for Vinnie, he heard the shopkeeper say, "Merry Christmas, son." As he returned inside, the shopkeeper's wife walked out. "Who were you talking to back there, and where are the roses you were fixing?" Staring out the window and blinking the tears from his eyes, he replied, "A strange thing happened to me this morning. While I was setting up things to open the shop, I thought I heard a voice telling me to set aside a dozen of my best roses for a special gift. I wasn't sure at the time whether I had lost my mind or not, but I set them aside anyway. Then just a few moments ago, a little boy came into the shop and wanted to buy a flower for his mother with one small dime. When I looked at him, I saw myself many years ago. I too was poor boy with nothing to buy my mother's Christmas gift. A bearded man I had never known stopped me on the street and told me that he wanted to give me $10. When I saw that little boy tonight, I knew who that voice was, and I put together a dozen of my very best roses. The shop owner and his wife hugged each other tightly, and as they stepped out into the bitter, cold air, they somehow didn't feel cold at all. That's Vinnie's dozen Christmas roses. Now, making money online doesn't have to be so difficult or expensive. Let me ask you a few questions. Are you literally burning inside to change your financial future? Are you sick and tired of having to answer to someone else? Who do you know that wants to spend more time with your children? Which friend is hurting financially? Who's told you they want out of their job? Are you tired of working for someone else only to make them rich? These questions are typical, and we know the answer to them. So if you do have the passion, but you're confused on where to get started, the first step to take is get yourself going in the right direction. Now, what if there's an online franchise marketing system that literally gives you step-by-step, paint-for-numbers instructions on how to build an online income? We've created a way to help anyone make money online. Many people have tried earning income online and either quit or failed. Finally, we know the solution. After years of research, we've created a franchise-style online marketing system with step-by-step instructions. You'll be able to follow simply by following instructions on videos, learning how to build a solid income from home. Click the image below and watch the video with my friend Kevin. It really works. This is Vince Pangori, and you gotta believe me. If I can do it, so can you.